everybody, Torre here. This is first time doing this, and I'll explain why. Welcome to actually found out this is season 3 of Cawfee Talk. So welcome everybody to season 3. This is episode 2. Since I rebooted it, of course, what Cawfee Talk is without coffee. Just welcome everybody. We're just starting this up. We are going to be talking about a few things. It's the first time I am streaming to Twitch. At the same time, I am streaming. Let me bring up Twitch chat because I don't want to miss out on chat too. So we got Twitch chat there, and I have TikTok chat. So this is the first time I'm streaming to both platforms at one time. I'm old school. I used to only stream to Twitch or YouTube at a time, and that was it. But funny thing happened. I just logged on to TikTok this morning, and a grape passed away. I'm going to bring up the screen. Akira Toriyama passed away. And I was like flooded with memories. All these memories of my childhood. Now, let me paint the picture of how, I hate to say it, I'm 50 years old. 50. Watching anime in America back in the late 80s into early 90s was kind of like taboo. So watching anime back then was kind of weird. So it was just weird to say you watch anime because people are like, why aren't you watching American cartoons? So I would just sit back, watch them. And the only way you would watch anime back in the late 80s into early 90s, well, in the 80s, was waking up like 5 o'clock in the morning, run to the TV before any other television started, about 5 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m., go on there. You would catch Battle of the Planets. You would catch Robotech Macross Saga. You would also watch Voltron. And those are the only way you would actually watch anime back in the 80s. So, and there was some dub because I remember watching Robotech in English. And of course Voltron was in English. But a lot of it wasn't. So I don't remember if there was subbed at that time. I don't remember. I don't think as a child I would hold much interest if it was subtitled. So I remember watching my very first Dragon Ball Z cartoon when I was a kid, and I didn't think much about it. It was weird, a little kid running around in adventures with a tail. And it's like, I watch a few episodes, and it's all a blur to me. But in the mid-90s, Dragon Ball actually hit America pretty good. During the weekends on a Saturday, I think it was a Saturday, they would show Dragon Ball Z. And that was the first time people actually like, whoa, this is really good. But what hurt Dragon Ball Z in the Americas is two things. Americans were not ready for fillers. Or actually not fillers, just the 2 episodes, I guess you call it 2 episodes of just talking before you even get to the fight. People just wanted to see the fight. That was on because we're not used to that. The other thing that really hurt us is the station would show the same episodes over and over, like 3 to 4 times before they would show a new episode. Then show the up to the 3 or 4 episodes and then do it again. And it really put a strain, but there was still a lot of people that really started enjoying Dragon Ball Z. I think Dragon Ball Z really kicked in when it came on to in America. This is just from my experience. This is everyone else will have a different experience, but I think Dragon Ball Z really kicked in the late '90s. I want to say when it moved on to Adult Swim, where you would have starting at 9 o'clock, all the regular shows would cut off. At 9 or 10 o'clock, I think it was maybe 10 o'clock. All the regular shows, and it would become, was it Toonami, or so it was, I forgot what they called it, but back then, all the anime shows would start, and it would air from 10 p.m. I'm just roughly saying 10 p.m. all the way to like about 5 o'clock in the morning. And if you're like me, you know that you woke up to the ending of Inuyasha. You were like, okay, click. Because I can't remember all the nights, and I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one because I watch TikToks of people that they're playing the song, and I hear it in my head right now. The ending of Inuyasha is just playing in my head right now, and I know they're doing the same video of them just turning the TV off in the middle of the night because they get woken up because somehow the ending is really loud and it just wakes up everybody. Back in that time in the late '90s, Full Metal Alchemist was one of the animes they had. I remember Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha, and there was probably one more that I remember, but it was later on, so I probably fell asleep. So it's kind of sad that a great creator, and I was reading because I was such a shock today that I had to start reading what happened, and it seems like some blood got to the brain, and he passed away to that, which is so young. And I know that I believe I'm just guessing here because I'm so shocked, and I haven't really followed up on much Dragon Ball Z since Dragon Ball Z. That was it. That was I stopped after that. After they beat Majin Buu. I think it was that. That was after that I stopped watching, and I should really start. I've always wanted to come back to watching it again, but it's kind of sad but I know his torch will still pass on because, from my understanding, he stopped writing for them, and there's a new team that's writing in it. And although he's a great creator, they brought the team more globally and has done a really good job. But he's still the creator, and I hate to see really good people die at such a 68 years old. Look at that. I was just sad, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to make a Cawfee Talk episode about this. And just wanted to talk to you and, share my memories with it, all right? So this is a short episode. I wasn't planning to do a Cawfee Talk today, but I just wanted to bring this out because it just caught me by shock, and I had to talk about it, get it all, my experiences with Dragon Ball Z, and my condolences to Akira and his family. All right, later, everybody.